The lies that shattered my new life. My life completely changed the day I brought my baby, Lily, home from the birthing center. I had spent 2 weeks in a blissful bubble, recovering and bonding with her. Our house, a charming 2-story in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Connecticut, was exactly as I'd left it. Except for one thing. My husband, Adam. He was a mess. Adam, normally a vibrant man, looked conspicuously worn out. He kept saying everything was fine, claiming he was just stressed with work. But a chill crept over me, a feeling that something wasn't right. I tried to ignore it, telling myself it was just postpartum anxiety. But then I found it. One evening, I noticed a detail in the living room that made my blood run cold. There were a few framed photos on the mantelpiece, including a lovely one of Adam's parents. I specifically remember arranging them before I left. Now, the photo of his parents was face down. It was a small thing, but it felt deliberate, almost like someone wanted to hide their faces. Why would he do that? Adam, a high school track and field coach at Northwood High, chalked up his appearance to intense training schedules ahead of the regional championships. But a few days of rest, and his looks hadn't improved. He was pale, distant, and had a nervous energy. Then came the hair. I was cleaning the master bathroom, which I had thoroughly scrubbed right before leaving for the center. Tucked beside the toilet, in the corner, was a small but undeniable clump of long, dark hair. My hair is light brown. Adam, I called out, holding the clump in my hand. Whose hair is this? He looked genuinely confused. Is that yours? Maybe you missed it. No, it's too dark. Did anyone come over while I was gone? Maybe your sister Jessica? Jessica lives nearby and sometimes drops off food. Adam admitted she stopped by once to drop off a casserole. She probably took a quick shower because it was hot outside. She must have forgotten to clean up. It was odd. Jessica has her own house and, to my knowledge, wouldn't use our master shower just to cool down. But Adam seemed so sure, I let it go. I couldn't shake the feeling. Jessica wasn't the type to be messy, and Adam's story just didn't sit right. I went to the apartment building manager's office, hoping to check the security footage for our floor. I told the manager I'd lost my wallet and needed to verify if I dropped it near our front door, Unit 1203. The manager looked up the records. You didn't already check it, ma'am? Your husband was here just 2 days ago asking to review the footage. Said he lost his wallet too. My heart sank. Adam hadn't said a word about losing his wallet. No, I haven't checked it. Could you pull it up for me, please? When the manager finally got the video running, a new wave of dread hit me. The storage period for the footage was only 2 weeks, and the section Adam had reviewed was gone. He had deleted the exact hours he had requested to view. He claimed he'd lost his wallet, then viewed the footage, and now it was erased. It was too much of a coincidence. I knew deep down that Adam was hiding something big. I started doing some digging. I called the main office at Northwood High. Hi, I'm calling about my husband, Adam Miller, the track coach. Is he on the field today? I just wanted to drop off his lunch. The administrator paused. Oh, I'm sorry, but Mr. Miller actually submitted his resignation a few days ago. He's no longer with the team. He quit his job. He was lying about being at practice. Everything was a lie. I confronted him the moment he walked in the door. Where were you today, Adam? He tried to play it off. I told you, training. We ran an all-day meet prep session. You didn't. You quit, Adam. Why did you quit your job, and why are you lying to me? The color drained from his face. I was suspended, not fired. There was an allegation made against me by a student, Haley, one of the track athletes. I'm cleared of the charges now, but the school had to put me on administrative leave until the investigation was complete. He told me Haley had made an accusation of inappropriate conduct after a private meeting. He swore it was a false accusation, a bitter act of revenge because he had disciplined her harshly during a practice. He claimed he didn't want to stress me out while I was recovering. I wanted to believe him. He was the father of my child. I asked him about the missing hair. He insisted that Haley had come over that day, the same day he was questioned by the school, to borrow a coaching book, and that she must have planted the hair to bolster her story. "The girl is trying to frame me, honey," he pleaded. "You know I would never do something like that. You have to trust me." I felt torn. He sounded terrified, and the idea of a student framing him wasn't entirely unbelievable, especially given his erratic behavior lately. I decided, for the sake of our baby and our family, to stand by him. I put my worries aside. A few weeks later, Adam was officially cleared of the charges. He was relieved, and the tension in the house eased slightly. Haley's mother, Mrs. Brenda, a sweet woman, even apologized, admitting her daughter acted out of spite after Adam had yelled at her. But the ordeal wasn't over. Haley started posting online, calling Adam a lying coach and sharing incredibly detailed, harrowing accounts of harassment. The posts were gaining traction, and the names of the high school and the local track community were being dragged through the mud. I told Adam we had to sue her for defamation. He refused. "I can't sue one of my students, Sarah. It's over. I'm cleared. Just let it go." His refusal puzzled me. If he was truly innocent, why wouldn't he fight to clear his name completely? His reluctance made me think there was still something he wasn't telling me. I decided to talk to someone Haley knew. I met one of Haley's classmates who was a key witness for the school's investigation. They mentioned something I found interesting. They had seen Haley leaving my apartment building that afternoon, smiling. The friend also showed me a screenshot of a text conversation between Adam and Haley, messages that were way too friendly and hinted at a secret romance. The messages read like a secret romance. "Haley, come over for a little while. I miss you." The text seemed to prove Adam was lying about the entire situation. When I confronted Adam with the screenshot, he didn't even look at it. He just said, "They're fake, Sarah. It's an app, a lie." Later, I showed the text to a friend who works in cybersecurity. She immediately spotted the telltale signs of Chat Faker, an app used by kids to create convincing fake conversations. The font was slightly bolder, and the profile photo circles were marginally different than genuine messaging apps. Adam had been telling the truth about the texts being fabricated. The pieces of the puzzle were confusingly coming together, only to fall apart again. Haley was framing him, but he was acting guilty. Why was Adam acting so cagey about everything, especially his exoneration? Why was he so hesitant to clear his name completely? I realized I had to trust my gut again and look deeper. I began to pay close attention to Adam's whereabouts. One afternoon, I saw him drive a few blocks from our house, pull over, and get into the passenger seat of another car. A bright red sedan I didn't recognize. And then I saw the driver. It was Brenda, Haley's mother, the woman who had just publicly apologized to us. They were kissing. The shame of it all washed over me. All the lies, the deleted CCTV footage, the weird behavior. It wasn't about a student framing him for harassment. It was about a student trying to break up an affair between her mother and her married coach. Brenda had visited our house while I was at the birthing center. She was the one who left the dark hair in the bathroom. Adam had to delete the CCTV footage not to hide an assault, but to hide Brenda entering and leaving our home. Haley found out about the affair, and in a twisted, heartbreaking act of betrayal and desperation, she chose to use the allegation to end it, hoping to get her mother's attention and force a breakup. When I confronted Adam and Brenda in a screaming match in the parking lot of a local coffee shop, they both looked cornered. Adam finally admitted everything. he was just too ashamed to tell me the truth about the affair, and he figured the lesser of two evils was letting me believe the story about the student's revenge. The truth was even more gut-wrenching. In the aftermath, Haley stopped posting online. She and Brenda moved to a different city, and she transferred to a boarding school. Haley was a casualty in a war she didn't start. A young woman's painful attempt to save her family ended up exposing a terrible secret. As for Adam and me, the trust was irrevocably broken. The house that was supposed to be filled with the joy of a new baby was instead poisoned by his deceit. A few months later, we finalized our divorce. Lily and I are starting over, finding new hope and peace away from the lies that shattered our family. It's a brutal reminder that the secrets people keep to protect themselves often inflict the most devastating damage on the people they claim to love. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this incredible story in the comments below.